Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an author, an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show, combined with the YouTube version on YouTube channel, Take Your Life Back Today show. Folks, I want to talk to you about being kinder to yourself. That's right, to you. Research shows it could definitely make you healthier. If you think you need to channel your inner drill sergeant to eat your vegetables and get to the gym, think again. Research shows that a healthier dose of self-compassion actually helps us from habits that support good health. Friends, in the past, a decade or so, numerous studies have shown that self-compassion is important for mental and emotional health and well-being. Newer research is also finding that self-compassion plays a role in physical health. So the question might be, what is self-compassion? According to self-compassion researcher Kristin Neff, author of Self-Compassion, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself, there are 3 elements to self-compassion. Mindfulness, which is being aware of negative thoughts, feelings, and experiences without judging them or dwelling on them. Common humanity, or recognizing that we all imperfect and that we all suffer. And then self-kindness, which is showing yourself care and understanding when you experience those all too human imperfections. The opposite of self-compassion is emotional reactivity, isolation, self-judgment, and unhealthy perfectionism, all of which have been linked to depression, stress, and reduced quality of life. A stress connection study published in Health Psychology Open found that people who have higher levels of self-compassion tend to handle stress better. They have less of physical stress response when they are stuck in traffic, have an argument with their spouse, or don't even get a job offer. And they spend less time reactivating stressful events by dwelling on them. That is important, my friends, because not only does chronic stress directly harm health, the physical responses to stress, including spikes in blood pressure and blood sugar, along with suppression of immune system, all increases. But if you also react strongly to stress, you're more likely to use unhealthy short-term coping mechanisms such as smoking or numbing your feelings with food, alcohol, and with some possibly drugs. The study also found that self-compassionate people are more likely to adopt health-promoting behaviors and maintain them even if they don't appear to be paying off in short term. This may be especially important in the face of a health-related setback, maybe such as an injury, an illness, or a disappointing lab result, because self-compassion takes the edge off negative emotions, takes the edge off fear, frustration, and disappointment that might arise from that. This helps you continue to take good care of yourself instead of getting derailed. Myths about self-compassion. Self-compassion often gets painted as selfish, lazy, indulgent, but nothing could be further from the truth. People who are caregivers, by nature or circumstance, often find it difficult to offer themselves the compassion they freely give to others. However, connection with the rest of humanity is a core component of self-compassion. So, to fully give to others, you need to give to yourself. Are you a perfectionist? You may fear that if you are too nice to yourself, you'll accomplish nothing. The truth is that when you make changes out of self-compassion, those changes are more sustainable than the ones you make because you feel as if you are unacceptable the way you are. You're also more likely to make daily choices that support long-term well-being rather than indulging in short-term impulses. That may mean going for a walk instead of crashing on the couch, or putting down your fork when you are satisfied, not stuffed. Folks, research shows that self-compassion can increase motivation to change, possibly because it allows us to objectively evaluate areas for improvement and make changes without the threat of self-criticism. Let's say you have type 2 diabetes and your latest blood work shows that you haven't been managing your blood sugar well. Self-compassion will help you use the information to make changes to support better control going forward. Self-criticism can paralyze you, leaving you unable to change and possibly ashamed to return to your doctor, leading to bigger health problems. Becoming self-compassionate should be easy because we are all want to be happy in life. Unfortunately, at least in some cases, we also want to avoid danger. In the face of true danger, we go into fight or freeze mode. But when the danger is uncomfortable emotions that arise from our mistakes or failures, our responses can be self-criticism, self-isolation, and self-absorption, which gets in the way of doing the things that will make us happier and healthier in the long run. Self-compassion helps us view uncomfortable emotions as less of a threat. So how do you cultivate self-compassion? Well, first start with mindfulness. Unless you pay attention, you may be unaware of the thoughts that play and replay in your head. Practice observing your thoughts daily. Folks, be curious, non-judgmental. Criticizing yourself or being self-critical adds insult to injury. Remind yourself often that to err is to human and to forgive is divine. Finally, show yourself kindness in the ways that nature, mind, body, and spirit allows you to. Take time to go for a walk, do some yoga, and or prepare a nutritious meal. Incorporate activities that bring you joy, such as reading a novel, puttering in your garden, or listening to your favorite music. Get a copy of one of my books, or both. Strengthen connections with people important to you. Think love, not tough love. Call me at 844-405-HELP, because together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. A simple smile to that neighbor, that elderly person, can change their life and can also help change your life. May God bless each and every one of you. Take good care. We will talk to you tomorrow here on the Take Your Life Back Today radio show combined with the YouTube video version.